Hey, beautiful souls, we're getting right into the nitty-gritty of shadow work today. So when it comes to shadow work, I don't think most people realize that shadow work is actually light work. Our shadow self is the parts of ourself that we push aside, we cast off, we suppress, and we don't want to look at. So it's not anything scary. It's not looking at like demons or spooky things. I know Halloween has passed, so no more spooky things. It's really looking at the parts of ourselves that we don't want to fully own yet, or we're ashamed of or embarrassed of, or have decided it's not okay in some way. And if we're able to love on those parts of ourselves and integrate them back into our full concept of who we are, it's such an empowering and healing moment. It's a really great way for us to look at our own crap. I know that it's really hard sometimes to be self-aware, and you don't always have to like super dive into the worst parts of yourself. It's okay to just let these things come up naturally. So I'm a big fan of doing shadow work as it comes up, as I get triggered, but there's a lot of ways to do shadow work, and I would say none of them are really right or really wrong, as long as we're doing them out of a place of love. So why does shadow work benefit us? Shadow work is amazing because let's say someone says you're annoying, right? If you haven't integrated the part of yourself that is sometimes annoying, and you haven't embraced that part of yourself with love, and you haven't fully accepted that part of yourself, if someone says that to you, it's going to be upsetting. It's going to trigger you. You're going to wonder if you're annoying. You're going to feel like, oh my God, am I going to like not be this person's friend anymore? Am I going to get outcast? It makes your ego go on a spiral. Your ego is trying to protect you. So it really triggers a lot of things, and it makes you want to push that side of yourself away more. You might get defensive. You might be like, I'm not annoying. Here's all the reasons why I'm not annoying. And I'm not saying put yourself down, but let's say you were like, hey, part of myself that can be annoying sometimes. I love you. I understand you. I know why you are the way you are. I know that not everyone's going to love me at all times. I know I'm not everyone's cup of tea. I'm not everyone's shot of whiskey. And I know that can sometimes be annoying for people. I also know that I can't control what other people think of me. So this idea that I need to somehow change who I am on a deep level to like please some random Becky or whoever, you know, no offense if your name's Becky, but you know, like it's not for me. So I'm gonna welcome you back into my being. I'm gonna love on you so much. And like now that I've loved and integrated that part, if someone's like, Lionheart Leo, you're annoying, I'd be like, that's okay. I love that part of myself. Like I've accepted I can be that way sometime. I love you, right? It really empowers us from a place of true empowerment, because true power is not asserting dominance over other people. True power is knowing who we are and loving ourselves and having a solid foundation to shine our lights into the world, because you are a powerful, amazing being. So that's the essence of shadow work. How do we get into shadow work? How does it work? You can use journal prompts. I have a few journal prompts on my website, Lionheart Leo. You can also just think about the things that trigger you. That's probably the easiest way to get into the parts of yourself that you would like to push away. What makes you ashamed? What makes you scared? What makes you feel like people are going to judge you? Those are great things to dig into and start to love on and accept about ourselves. If someone says something to me that I've accepted, it doesn't hold any power over me. And it actually creates a beautiful space to maybe change or grow or be more empathetic or compassionate to someone. Because like we all make mistakes, right? I've done things I'm not proud of. I've done things that might get me canceled, you know? And it was fully out of ignorance, but it doesn't mean I didn't do it, right? So I've had to work really hard on loving on those parts of myself and letting myself know that I didn't know any better at the time, and I'm committing to doing better now. But if I was stuck in shame, I would have just continued to push those parts of myself aside, and I would have never done the work to learn how to be a better person, a better ally, just a better friend, all these things, right? So it's such an act of self-love to love on the parts of ourselves we're not proud of, but it's also such an act of love to the people in our communities and to the world in general, to integrate those parts of us that we're not proud of so that we can come from that empowered state. I really like to do a mirror exercise where you look in the mirror and you look deeply into your eyes and you say different affirmations. I am loved. I am worthy. I am rich. It's okay to be rich. It's okay to have money. It's okay to be creative. It's okay to be intuitive. It's okay to see my past lives. It's okay to win the science fair project award. All these things. Anything that makes me feel yucky inside, I'll usually keep a notebook next to me and just jot those things down. And that's a beautiful script to start working on our shadow selves, right? Because if I say like, it's okay to be rich, and something comes up inside of me, there's probably shadow work to do around money. Maybe someone told you when you were a kid it's not okay to have money, or rich people are jerks, or women can't have money, or someone from your ethnic group can't have money, or all these stupid things that don't necessarily actually make sense, but we've internalized and then pushed away the parts of ourselves that want to be rich or want to be successful or want to be in the public eye, and we'll sabotage ourselves until we integrate those parts of ourselves, right? Self-sabotage is one of the main reasons why manifestations don't work out. It's one of the main reasons why we don't reach our goals. It's one of the main reasons why we push people away. It's one of the main reasons why we push ourselves away and we feel like we're missing a piece of ourselves, is because we're kind of pushing away a piece of ourselves. So that's my favorite way to start shadow work. But really, I like to just go off my triggers. So, and then once you figure out what your triggers are, there are so many tools that you can use to start working on your shadow self. So my absolute favorite, it is so simple, is to just speak kindly to yourself. Speak to that part of yourself as if you would want a friend to speak to you if you made a mistake, or if you felt ashamed of something, right? Like if I ran a red light with my friend in the car and my cheeks flushed red, I'd want them to be like, you know what, it's okay. Like everyone runs a red light once in a while. You didn't mean to. I know it was a mistake. It doesn't make you a bad person. Like, why don't you take some time and relax and get centered again, and just know that like we all do it. It's human. So I would start to talk to those parts of myself in the way of, we're all human. We all make mistakes. Like, I love you still. You know, like maybe think of like 10 examples of people you know that have done the same thing. And so you can, that part of yourself can realize it's a really human thing to do. So that's the easiest way, is just to speak to yourself kindly. If negative thoughts come up about that part of yourself, just start speaking to them kindly and flip the script. You can pray to your guides to help you integrate them better. You can do EFT tapping. So once you have that little journal prompt script of like all the things that triggered you in the mirror, you can just be like, even though I'm really annoying, I deeply and completely love and accept and forgive myself. Even though I can be really ignorant sometimes and I know that hurts people, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. I know I'm doing the best I can. So you can do that based on anything. If you can even envision the person you may have hurt, that has created this rift in yourself where you're like, I hurt this person, I did this awful thing, I'm pushing that part of myself away because I don't want to be like that anymore. No. And you can just think of them and you can just be like, I'm sorry, I love you, please forgive me, I thank you. And you never actually have to say that to their face necessarily, although sometimes it does go a long way. But even just sending that intention out there that like, you're sorry, I love you, please forgive me, I thank you, is a beautiful way to integrate that part of yourself. You can also say that to yourself. I'm sorry for casting you aside. I love you deeply. Please forgive me and please come back into my life. I accept you for who you are and I forgive myself, right? So beautiful. You can journal on it. There's no real right or wrong way to heal, but I find that the EFT tapping and the just speaking kindly to ourselves is the best way to do it. So enjoy your shadow work. Enjoy starting to love on yourself more, and just realize that it's not about casting away demons or anything like that. It's about loving on ourselves more and becoming a more empowered, full version of ourselves. Instead of having pieces of ourselves scattered around where we're pretending like, no, that doesn't exist. I'm not like that. I'm not this ever. It's yeah, sometimes I might be perceived that way, but like I've done enough work on myself that I love myself. This is an amazing tool. It's meant that when I go live on things like TikTok and there's trolls like being mean to me and whatever, I actually just laugh and send them love and compassion now, because I've realized that the things they say don't hold any power over me. If I accept that I'm beautiful, if someone says that I'm ugly, whatever. If I accept that there's parts of me that someone might consider ugly, but I love myself anyways, whatever. there's really nothing that can hurt you if you are on that solid foundation of self-love. Emotionally, at least. I mean, physically, that's a whole other story. But I love you guys. I'm so excited you're doing shadow work. Check out Lionheart Leo on the blog to see some shadow work prompts, and make sure you like and follow this channel. Hit the bell if you liked what you saw today, and enjoy your shadow work. Sending you love and light, friends.